Hi everyone, so my name's Izzie Hurst and today I'm going to talk to you about what brands and retailers can learn from second-hand fashion. So first of all, second-hand fashion is really disrupting the retail industry. You need to stop ignoring it and actually start integrating into it within your organization and within how it runs. So this is for anyone who wants to understand a bit more about the pre-loved landscape, also known as second-hand, and also how to work effectively with either resellers or to also integrate it into your business. So first of all, who am I? I'm the co-founder of Dopplle, the clothes swapping platform, encouraging the sustainable generation to think about where their clothes have come from and where they're going. We have an app on the Google Play and App Store. We also run events for schools, universities, colleges, and also local communities, where people can come with their pre-loved clothes that they don't want anymore, but are still in a good enough condition to be given to someone else, and encourage that circular economy. We also run webinars, workshops, and informative educational events. So, how did I get into this? I did a bachelor's in chemistry, and then I did a master's in environmental engineering. And while I was at university, I was really struggling with how many clothes I was consuming. I wanted to change my lifestyle to make it a bit more sustainable. That's how Dopplle started. And doing my master's in environmental engineering, it actually was a lot of wastewater and wastewater treatment plants. So I'm really knowledgeable about sewage works, which wasn't quite what I was initially expecting from the end of it. But instead today, I'm going to talk to you about something else that I'm really passionate about, and that is the fashion industry and the second-hand industry. So to cover what I'm going to talk to you about today, how is second-hand actually disrupting the industry? What's happening within it, and why do we need to listen to it? Why should organizations and brands actually care? I'm sure you guys are all from an organization that's trying to be sustainable, or if they're not, the employees within it are wanting them to become more sustainable. Let's talk about why you should actually care about it. And then finally, I'm going to say what should brands actually be doing to actively encourage this second-hand and reselling model within their business. So, what actually is reselling? There's a few different kind of ways people want to describe it. Personally, I see it as items that have already been loved, already been used, and are still in a good condition to be looked after and loved by someone else. These can be resold through platforms I'm sure you've all heard of, Vinted, Depop, eBay, but some companies are already actually reselling within their brands. So they're selling new items, but they're also getting those pre-loved items back in circulation and giving them that second lifestyle. Secondly, before we dive in, what actually is sustainability? To me, it's encouraging the longevity of items, but also businesses, organizations, to think about what's happening and how that they can encourage a more environmentally friendly and sustainable future. I'm sure sustainability means something slightly different to all of us. So have a think about what it actually means to you. So, how is the second-hand industry actually disrupting traditional retail? First of all, sustainability awareness. I'm sure you guys have all come today because you either saw the word second-hand or you realized that there was something more circular needing to be done within these retail industries. We've all heard of fast fashion. We've all heard of fast fashion brands. Some people here today are probably actively purchasing from them. That's okay, but let's think about what we can also do to change it. Consumers are more aware of what's happening, and that, in effect, is making them really want to change their behavior. My research project during my master's was actually about young people, their attitudes to the fashion industry through their habits, their understandings, and then in turn, their actual attitude to it. And what I found was actually the more understandings and the more positive attitudes they had towards the second-hand industry, the more likely they were going to buy into it. And with the amount of education that's already out there, that is just encouraging our consumers to want to change their behavior. And we need to make sure that brands are keeping up with them and keeping them engaged. And then finally, the resale market. So within the resale market, it's just under $200 billion worldwide. That's everything from within large brands to reselling platforms and just people going to charity shops and purchasing through them. It's projected to almost double by 2028. So that's another reason why we need to start thinking about influencing and encouraging these reselling habits within these organizations. And so you guys can get involved with it, whether it be talking to people within your organization or actively encouraging change. So, why should brands actually care? I mean, we understand that consumers want the change, but why do brands actually want to do it? They're probably already doing well. they're probably already making money from selling these brand new items with their first owners. So first of all, sustainability. It is important. We have a social agenda to keep to. We do want to make sure that our planet continues to look and feel as environmentally friendly as possible in the future. Brands within their stakeholders and investors are also wanting to keep an eye on what's actually going on within the business. Reports are happening. People are actually having to be accountable to what they're doing. Secondly, brand loyalty. So you should care because brand loyalty, you want your customers to keep coming back. And if their attitudes are changing, why will they come back? They want to stay interested in your organization. So let's think about how you can change all that and keep them interested. Thirdly, new customers. There's loads of consumers out there who at the moment only want to consume traditionally sustainable and second-hand products. If you encourage and talk about reselling within the traditional sense of second-hand items, you're encouraging new customers to get involved with your company, you're opening to new market segments, and also you'll get more engagement through that. And then fourthly, opportunity. I'm going to talk a little bit more about opportunity in a minute, but there's a lot of opportunities that brands can get involved in, whether that be from anything from reselling platform collaborations or other alternatives. So, next up, what should brands actually be doing? Who here has heard of the word greenwashing? Hands up if you've heard about it. Yeah, and hands up if you haven't heard about it. Okay, so greenwashing, for those who don't know, is where in terms of marketing and advertising and publishing about an organization, they slightly change the narrative, make it look a little bit more green, a little bit more sustainable, make it more interesting and people who want to look after the planet more interested. But in reality, they're just twisting the narrative. They're not actually getting involved. So what brands need to do within their marketing, within their production services, is encourage more transparency so people know where things are coming from, where they're going, and how they're looking after it. Resale programs. So companies, for example, like Patagonia and Coach, they are already getting involved with resale programs. We've got Coach where you can send in old pre-loved items, they'll repair them, refix them, and then you can actually purchase them at a lower price point within their company. You can also go through Patagonia, get items repaired, and it's encouraging a circular economy, and it's through their resale program. There's also external companies that you can talk to and also resell your products through, whether you're a luxury brand or if you're a mid brand or even a lower brand. There's still opportunities and ways you can look into this. And then finally, circularity strategies. So look at your circular business models and what you can do. M&S recently, within the past month or two, I think, have partnered with the repair new startup business called Sojo. They're doing amazing stuff where basically you can send an item off to be repaired and have it back a lot quicker than you trying to sew on a new belt loop or try and repair your zip that's got stuck. And this is a great way to show how companies are already thinking about why their consumers want to have that circular lifestyle. They don't want to throw their items away anymore. They want to keep wearing them and re-wearing them. So that's a very brief overview into why we should be thinking about encouraging circular and reselling opportunities within companies. Does anyone at this time have any questions? Yeah? Oh, you'll get a microphone. I don't think it's on. Don't worry.
What examples are there for aftermarket opportunities?
So within aftermarket opportunities, there's going to be a lot of different options. I mean, we've already spoken about that circularity. That item is staying within the community. People are wearing it, but it's also encouraging brand visibility. So, for example, as I mentioned, Patagonia. You all have seen Patagonia, I'm sure, but that is probably part of the fact that they're doing so much to keep their items in circulation. They don't have a negative reputation about their single-use items, unlike some fashion industries and fast fashion industries. So there's a lot of opportunities within that. It's also boosting sustainability credentials. A lot of companies nowadays want to be seen as a B Corp or something like that. And by having all of these reselling opportunities and brand opportunities post, it will encourage all of that. Thank you. Any other questions? Great, thank you so much. So my name's Izzie. I'm the co-founder of Dopplle, the clothes swapping company. We run events and we also do workshops and webinars. And, oh, that was the slide I was meant to have it on. But thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.